Hello everyone, welcome back to Nepal. My name is Rahul and today I will talk about 5 saltwater fish every beginner hobbyist should avoid. So before we start, I would request you to subscribe my channel Nepal and press the bell icon to receive all my latest aquarium videos which might help you in fish keeping. There is a WhatsApp group link in bio. You can simply click and join Nepal WhatsApp group. So let's start guys. When you set up a saltwater fish tank, the first fish you put in the tank could be considered starter fish. When applied broadly, the term starter fish probably refers to fish that is good to add when setting up a saltwater tank. And unfortunately, reality when setting up a saltwater tank is that the first few starter fish you add to the tank may not live. This phenomenon is sometimes called new tank syndrome, and it often takes the lives of some of our first fish. Perhaps the two biggest cause of new tank syndrome are ammonia toxicity and fluctuation in water parameters. New filters cannot adequately clean up the waste that is produced in a new saltwater tank. That waste can become toxic and take the life of your fish. A good saltwater starter fish will be able to tolerate the less than perfect living condition in a tank. Not all cool saltwater fish are great starter fish. Not all hardy fish are great starter fish. So here is a list of 5 saltwater fish that may seem like an okay choice as a starter fish but should be avoided. So the first fish I will talk about is a mandarin fish. These slow-moving psychedelic fish are some of the prettiest fish you will find at your local fish store. In all seriousness, they do meet a few of the criteria which are important in a good saltwater starter fish. They are small fish that will not outgrow your tank. They are parasite and disease resistant, and they are generally inexpensive. The reason to avoid them as a saltwater starter fish is that they are not hardy fish. Mandarin fish are notoriously picky eaters, especially in eating copepods, tiny invertebrates, and will usually shun foods normally offered in a saltwater tank. Mandarin fish generally starve to death in all but the largest established reef tanks with a healthy sustainable population of copepods. So guys, the second fish is a blue streak cleaner. Which is compared with the docile slow swimming mandarin fish cleaner wrasses. So these cleaner wrasses zip around the aquarium in constant motion. They are often irresistible to new hobbyists because of their interesting behavior. As cleaners, their wrasses will clean other fish in the tank, removing dead scales and harmful parasites. Since saltwater itch is such a major problem for new saltwater tanks, it may seem like adding a cleaner wrasse may be a good choice but as a saltwater starter fish, but I am here to tell you to avoid this fish. They are not good starter fish. Unfortunately, the blue streak cleanser wrasse will not likely starve in your aquarium. The only food they will eat is the food they pick off your other fish. In a new tank or even an established normal tank, there will not be enough parasites to feed these beautiful fish. Save your money, save a life, and pick a different saltwater starter fish. So the third is groupers. When I say groupers, it includes multiple aquarium saltwater fishes such as panther groupers, miniate groupers, and blue line groupers. When you see groupers in your local fish store, they are usually small, cute, and interesting. Most of the species you would encounter in your local fish store would also be hardy, but groupers should absolutely be avoided as a saltwater starter fish. Groupers will eat almost everything alive that will fit in their mouth, and their mouth grow quite larger unless you have a tank that is a minimum 200 gallon or larger. and you plan on keeping other huge aggressive fishes, groupers are saltwater fish to avoid. So guys, the fourth is mollies and guppies. Mollies and guppies are very popular aquarium fish. They are highly inexpensive and extremely interesting because they readily breed in captivity and give birth to live babies. In the wild, they come from estuaries and other waters considered to be brackish, which essentially refers to water that is not quite seawater and not quite salt water. It is somewhere in between. Avoid mollies and guppies because these fish have evolved to live in habitats with fluctuations, salinity. They have an innate ability to adapt to changing salinity and could be slowly acclimated to life in a saltwater tank. It is that ability to acclimate to full strength seawater, generally hardiness and low cost, that has supported arguments in the past for using this fish as saltwater starter fish. So guys, fifth is a demersal fish. I see demersal fish added as possibly the most common saltwater aquarium starter fish. Unfortunately, they meet most of the criteria that makes a good starter fish. They are inexpensive, hardy, and many species are bold and vibrantly colored. The reason to avoid demersal fish as a saltwater starter fish is because they most certainly are not peaceful. Most species of demersal fish are aggressive, territorial, downright they pugnacious fish. They will torment and harass your delicate prize fish. They can outlive many of the fish in your tank, outcompete them for the choicest morsel of food, and can be an absolutely nightmare to try and remove. I have learned this problem the hard way. I'm telling you, I had a demersal fish harass a pair of clownfish to the point of exhaustion. Demersal fish may be tempting because of their hardiness and low cost, and many local fish stores actually encourage using them as a disposable fish to cycle a tank, but I encourage you to avoid them altogether. If you must have some inexpensive related fish, demersal fish are the number one family of saltwater starter fish to avoid. So thanks a lot, folks. I hope you like the video and you find it helpful to you. So bye bye, see you again.